Well, thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank the invitation for our Chancellor, Monsignor Marcelo Sanchez Orondo, and Mr. von Braun, and the Rockefeller Foundation for this invitation, making this possible. Well, first of all, I want to show this slide that is about the Inter-American Development Bank, where we have some figures about what is going on in America and the Caribbean, no? About loss and waste. And this information is very important for us and very challenging for us in my country, in Argentina. So we decided not to stay with this and try to focus what's going on in our country. So we first make the first study that for the 7 top change of value of food. And we find out that the food loss and waste is about 128 million tons per year. And 90% of this is loss, and 10% is waste. That means 12.5% of our national production of food. As it was told before, in Argentina we produce food 10 times that we need in our country. We have 43 million people living in my country, and we produce for more than 400 million people in my country. So we have to focus this in a level, trying to think in our country, but also thinking in the whole world. Trying to explain this to people that live in my country, we said that all this waste is the equivalent of 326,000 bomboneras. Bomboneras is a stadium, a Boca Juniors stadium. Everybody knows what is this. So we need people to be aware, to try to understand in figures, because 128 million tons of food for many people doesn't mean much. But if they understand that they are part of this, they can help of this, and try to understand the magnitude of this, showing this bombonera filled, and 326 times, it's a lot. Where do we lose our food, no? We saw that, we made another study in our minister that is not equivalent. We have different type of food chain. And for example, in the grain chain, we don't have the same problems that we have in vegetables, where you see the red is in red. It's very different. And why this happened? Well, first of all, it's easier to store and manipulate grain than other products like potatoes, for example. But at the same time, we have much more technology in grain invested. We have biotechnology, we have agriculture, precision agriculture, and other things that we don't have still in our type of production. Over there you can see a silo bag, for example, and it's pink. It used to be white before, now it's pink, and you can see all the farmers in Argentina painting in pink their farms with those silo bags. Why? Because if you pay extra for that silo bag, instead of paying for the white one, they donate the money for cancer research for women, no? So that's why it's pink. And showing this type of ideas make people to see, I want to join them, I want to help them, I want to have my farm painted with pink. So taking people aware about what is going on is a way to enhance all the solutions. We also have some prices, no? In our government, we try to say, okay, we need more innovation. So the innovation has a price. And this is a silo papa that it won the prize, that you can store 190 tons of potato for 6 months. And it's very similar to a silo bag for corn or wheat, but this one is for potatoes. How we are working? First of all, we did, in 2013, we started as a public agenda and communicating and telling people, this is going on, we have a problem here, and we have just a resolution in our ministry. After that, we had 2 laws. Instead of a resolution, the program of food loss and waste that was a national law. And then the donors law that we, as Yolanda Capazzi explained, we try to help people that try to donate and don't have criminal prosecution because they are donating food, no? Making easy to people to donate. And also have better statistics to know where we are. And finally, we have this project that is for 2030, is a national plan to try to enhance which will be the policies for the next years, trying to be working together with all the stakeholders. And finally get to the objective, the 12th objective of the millennium. We need public and private collaboration. Is our vice president, where we approved the donor law, the donation law, and she's there and she's very proud. And also we're working together with private companies trying to track where do we lose the food, where the loss and waste are there. So we work together in a workshop, and there we have some solutions that will be enhanced and would be in the public opinion. We also have a website where donators and people that need food could match and stay there and look for themselves. And at the same time, the strategic plan to 2020 is very challenging. We are there working with a vision and a mission, working together with all the stakeholders. Not only the private sector, but the public sector working all together. And now this is very important for us to have a date. We need to have a date, in a world date. We think that in September 29 is the date, because we have the first meeting. It was in Central America, where we try to put on the map this problem together. We make some work with FAO and other Latin countries and the UN members to have this day to everybody be aware in one day on the year, and everybody can think about this. Schools, stakeholders, everybody try to work together and have one day, one world day that is important to have. Well, and finally, the way we are working, we're working with international partnerships and the executive table working together with stakeholders in our country, and we're trying to push forward all these innovations. And we have many challenges. We have national, international recognition. We need to strengthen statistical information and data, because we don't know exactly sometimes where the problems are, and the national web that we have, and the national diversity agriculture chains, and of course the data I told you before, and of course we need the budget to work together, the government with the private sector. Well, thank you very much.